Hello folks and welcome to the Vertigo Tea Party, and let's try in Verbis Virtus. It's by Indomitus Games, and I do apologize to the developers if I butchered those names, both the game and the company. I'm not very worldly. This is going to be for PC and Mac. They are running an Indiegogo currently. The goal is $65,000, which is actually not that much. $18 minimum will get you a digital copy of the game if you get in early. The Indiegogo ends on November 15th, 2013. It's also on Steam Greenlight, so if you like what you see, definitely go vote for it. There will be links for all of that in the description below this video. So what's the deal with In Verbis Virtus? And that's probably the last time I'm going to say the name of this game because I am going to mess it up. And I've already played through this demo, so I can blow through it just to show you how it works. First off, we need to read all these glyphs to open this door. So we just find them, get close, and press E so that we can read the glyphs to open the door. Now, it seemed to be the last one, but we look around, it's like, we're missing a pillar. Oh, it's on the floor. A great place to keep your pillars when they get really lazy. So let's go ahead and check it out. Ooh. And my head automatically turned to the grinding door. So I shall go to it, and look, it is open. So, other than looking good, because the game actually does look quite good, especially considering the earliness of development. What's special about this game? Well, we're about to find out. First, we find these glyphs and we read them. Let there be light is enough to defeat darkness and make your path brighter. You learned to cast a new spell. To cast it, press and hold left mouse button, say the formula, and then release the button. Release the formula. Let's check our spells with a J. And first of all, I do like the artwork they give for the spells, and it gives you a little bit of background on the spells. So in this game, most games you press a button, press number 1, and you cast a spell. Press number 2, you cast a fireball spell. In this game, you actually hold left mouse and say the spell that you want to cast, let go of the mouse button, and you cast it. So, for example, I will hold left click, let there be light, and you cast a spell. Pretty neat, I've got to say. When I first heard about this, I was like, this sounds like an interesting premise, I guess. I don't think we can jump over that. Let's try it. Last time I fell down there. This time, can we make it? Oh, sort of. Not really. But at first I was like, well, that's an interesting premise. I don't know if I'd want to play a whole game that way. And I still don't know if I'd want to play an entire game that way, but I think it's a very interesting premise, and as I've played it, it feels pretty cool as you get new spells. Now, the first question you're going to ask, do you feel like a total knob talking to your computer and saying, let there be light and mind over matter? Yes, you are totally going to feel like a major dork, but that's alright. That is quite alright. If you were into this, I think it adds another level of immersion for those of you who are into that, which I kind of am. Have you found another glyph? Let's go ahead and read it. Beam of light provides a ray of white energy. The right color feeds the right mechanism. So here we're going to do our new spell, which is Beam of Light, and I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. So let's go ahead and open up our spell book. Again, really dig the artwork. It has that old weird look to it. And what's cool is it gives you the background information, but also, of course, tells you the words you need to say. And if you press it,
Beam of light,
it will actually speak it for you so that you can hear what it sounds like.
beam of light,
Very interesting. And what's odd is you don't have to be very specific. So I did some tests before. And let's see, beam of light. Okay, obviously that works. You can right click to cancel your spell. Let's try, let's say that maybe I've had a little bit too much to drink. Beam of light. Still pretty good. The only time I've really had trouble with it catching what I'm saying is if I'm saying it quickly. So if I'm like, oh god, I need beam of light quickly. Beam of light. Beam of light. See, I think, and that might be more of player issue, and which I think could actually be an interesting aspect of the game, because you have to, even in dire situations, you need to keep calm and be like, beam of light. I totally cast the wrong one. But I don't know how that happened. That actually never did happen, but they might want to change the wording on some of that so there's no double up, so that can't happen. But let's go ahead and solve this puzzle. Beam of light. Beam of light. I don't know how I did it wrong that time, but Again, obviously this is early on in development, so they will hopefully tune that down. Obviously that's one of the parts that definitely has to be right. So let's find this crystal that we can hit that will open the door. Oh, there it is. That was it. In case you missed it, we can right click, turn off our beam of light. Standard controls, WASD to move, shift run, space jumps. I haven't been able to find a crouch button so far though. Not a deal breaker, but alright, well, looks like the bridge is out. And we have another glyph here. Objects bearing the mark of command can be commanded with follow my will. Now, at first, I thought this meant things with this mark could be pulled or moved around, like with telekinesis. So I was trying to move the bridge parts, and I didn't have any luck there. And I see this logo, so I'm looking everywhere for this symbol. And sure enough, that's the symbol that I need to use this on. So I say, follow my will. Wow, okay. I don't know why the voice is so off. Like, I didn't have this problem before I started recording. Follow my will. There we go. And so it's more of a button that you're pressing that you can only press with that certain spell. So that seems a little bit weak as far as spell usefulness. It seems very contrived and gamey. But not a big deal. I think that was the weakest of the spells that I've played with, which, granted, there's not a lot. Unfortunately, there is no offensive spells in the demo. There's like no fireball, anything of that nature. And there's in fact no enemies. And there is a demo available, as I think I mentioned. And again, I will link that in the description below. It's actually on their Indiegogo page as well. So we got a red crystal here, beam of light. And obviously we can kind of shoot it around here, and we can shoot this. And it seems to go in there. But let's take a look around. And again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the puzzles. But some of these puzzles actually did take me a little bit to figure out. Honestly, this one was more of a just do what I can and move around with the beam of light until it actually worked. I really didn't honestly put a lot of thought into it. But we see this thing has the mark. So we're going to say, bend to my will. What was that? Was bend to my will. Light. Again, I'd swear to God, it didn't have this much problem before. Follow my will, not bend to my will. Follow my will. Now, there was mention of support for different languages, as well as even a player or a backer language. That would be kind of cool if, like, you really wanted to get into it and maybe pick Latin as the language for everything. So you're like, Don Naute de Nemos, and whatever the hell. That was totally legit Latin, by the way. So it really feels like you're casting arcane spells. 'Cause to be honest, when I'm saying follow my will, that's not very RPG-y, right? That doesn't have that same old school RPG feel. But make it Latin, and all of a sudden, it's pretty sweet. So we got that red gear up here in a red crystal. I don't think that's a coincidence. So let's mess around now that we've moved some statues about. Beam of light. Oh, let's see if we can shoot that. Oh, let's move over here. Oh, and I hear the door is opening. Now, I happen to know that as soon as I stop doing this, the door starts closing again slowly. So we're going to go ahead and cancel the spell. Follow my will. That is blocking my exit. And I am going to run out and hopefully not get crushed by the doors. All right. Well, we're trapped in here, but that's fine. I'm sure nothing bad could possibly happen. I will say, this game looks really good. I'm really pleased with the way it looks. It is the Unreal Engine, so that could be part of that. It also runs very well. Again, we are inside, so oh, looks pretty dark. I forgot the name again. Damn it. I'm not. This would take me a while just to remember them all. Let there be light. That should be obvious. Let there be light. Oh, looks like we got another glyph. Mind over matter allows you to move objects. Say, come to me and go away. To change distance is what it said. So no, you cannot move anything in there. Now, unlike the follow my will, there is no obvious... Let's go ahead and cancel the light. There is no obvious markings on things that you can move. And these are the only things that I could found that I could move. Mind over matter. And I can say, go away. And it pushes it. Or I can say, come to me. And it'll pull it. Now, I can also move it just by moving it. I like how it moves very quickly once it's lifted up. It's got no gravity. I always forget the name of the spells. Mind over matter. Okay. But yeah, that would be awesome if you could record your own commands. Say maybe if you didn't want to necessarily know the language, but let's say you wanted the mind over matter to be, I don't know, rub on my butt. And every time you said rub on my butt, you actually moved an object. That would be pretty funny / creepy. Mind over matter. Let's go ahead and move over here. Obviously, that looks like there's something important up there. I'm going to drop that. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. You can see sometimes it misses it. For the most part, it's pretty good, though. Let's coincidentally just happen to drop that right in there for no reason whatsoever. I like the ambient sounds. I think it could be, honestly, I think it's going to be a little darker. I don't think the game is supposed to be scary. But given the artwork, like some of the background sounds are good, but some of it's a little bit too chipper. But again, that's a pretty minor complaint. So here we have another one. Son of a bitch. Sorry. Follow my will. So that door opens. Oh, if we just go over here and run through. Oh, wait. This one fell. This door fell. I've only got so much time. However, could I get over there? Oh, I know. I could say mind over matter. Mind over matter. Mind over matter? There we go. Yeah, it definitely needs a little work on the speech recognition, obviously. But like I said before, I had zero problems with it casting like the completely wrong spell. So it could be just because I'm getting a little lax. I don't know. So that could be something that you want to take a look at. Anyway, we're going to need to push this a little bit. So we're going to say go away. Go away. Now go away. Okay. That should be good. And we can cast the spells pretty far. Follow my will. Oh, and we've got enough room. Let's go through and not get crushed by the door. Oh, run. Oh, uh-oh. What is transpiring here? Oh, no. I see the roof going away through my dual X's. I don't quite understand what the dual X's are in the middle of the screen. It's an interesting crosshair. But that is in Verbis Virtus. I said I wouldn't say it again because I'd probably butcher it. But I gotta say, this is pretty interesting. Even if not for the spell casting component with your voice, I like the atmosphere. Obviously, we didn't get to see much, but I think the puzzle element was pretty interesting. No puzzles really stood out as, oh wow, that was really interesting. But it was interesting progress nonetheless. I don't think the game is going to be that focused on puzzles. I think there's going, from my understanding, it's still going to have quite a few of them. But there will be combat. You have to fight other, enemy monsters with your spells. That could be pretty interesting, I think. Trying to keep your cool and saying your fireball spell or your shield spell or whatever it is before you get eaten by these incredibly bizarre and creepy crab walking monsters. So definitely check this game out for yourself. They did say too that there will be voice training once the game goes live. So if you have problems, I guess you can somehow do some tests, maybe get it a little bit more acclimated to how you pronounce certain phrases. And again, I'd love to see it if you could make your own phrases, or if they had some kind of preset cool RPG sounding versions of Let There Be Lights and Mind Over Matter. That would just, again, for the crowd who really wants to get into it, make it feels like, yeah, I'm really casting these spells. Let me take a big swig of my Mountain Dew. So, yes, that is in Verbis Virtus. I keep saying it over and over again. Definitely check out the Indiegogo. Vote for it on Steam Greenlight. And again, there is a demo. I'll put links to all of that in the description below the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like my videos. It helps me a lot. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, you can, of course, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.